You're watching Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. This week we're introducing Berkeley Lectures on Sikhism by Harbans Singh. This book was first published in 1983, but the copy that we're looking at is a hardbound edition and was a slightly revised version of that first edition that came out then in 1995. Professor Harbans Singh was a Sikh studies academic who needs no introduction. His work at the Punjabi University of Patiala was world-renowned, and his major achievement in producing the Encyclopedia of Sikhism is his lasting legacy to not only the field but to the Sikh Panth itself. In the summer of 1982, he travelled out to California in the United States of America, where at Berkeley College, part of the University of California, he delivered a series of lectures, providing a glimpse into the Sikh way of life, a short history, if you will. Sometime after that, 3 of the lectures that he had delivered were put forward to be published in this book by the Guru Nanak Foundation based in Delhi. This book is more than just a historical narrative. What it puts across to the reader is an idea of what Sikhi is all about through a chronological timeline. This book comprises quite literally what you see in the title, 3 of the lectures delivered by Professor Harbans Singh at Berkeley. The book opens with some brief acknowledgements by the author, followed by some introductory remarks from an academic based in the United States. And then we have the 3 principal chapters or the lectures that were being delivered at Berkeley. The first is Sikhism, the beginnings 1469 to 1708, covering the Guru period. Second is Sikhism, challenge and response 1849 to 1873, looking at how Sikhs reacted to being taken over by the British imperialist state. And the third chapter is Sikhism, the creative half-decade 1965 to 1969, which looks at how Sikhs adapted to their newfound way of life in the Indian state. The lack of footnotes, an index, further reading, selected bibliography, all from this book, do not prevent it from being a captivating read. And the kind of book that I would suggest is for those people who know pretty much nothing about Sikhi but want to get a first glimpse at what the tradition is all about. Because of the author's vast knowledge and experience, this book is more than a mere historical introduction to Sikhi. What it provides is Sikhi through the eyes of a Sikh who is thinking about the wider narrative of Sikhs in the 20th century. It makes this a most wonderful read, not just for somebody new to Sikhi, but even Sikhs themselves, particularly those who are young Sikhs brought up in the West, whose only experience of Sikhi is perhaps through listening to Katha at the Gurdwara or at Punjabi schools where they learn a little bit about Sikh history. It's the kind of book that you can pick up and read at any point. The 3 chapters will take you less than a couple of hours to get through. But you can come back to it again and again when you just want to reinvigorate your mind about this path that we call Sikhi. But we want to know what you think, so please leave us a comment below sharing your thoughts on Berkeley Lectures on Sikhism by Professor Harbans Singh. Join us again at naujawani for another edition of Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.